Hi there, Aries. Welcome, viewers. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video at this time. Welcome to your June love reading. Okay, so um, right off the bat, there, like right away, I'm picking up on this stranded energy. So I'm picking up on this stranded energy. Okay, there's a little sailor here standing on some tree branches. There's a ship on top of a tree, and then there's an anchor, and he's holding the anchor coming off the ship here. Okay, so you are really coming through a major energy transformation of like being so like alone, honestly, like feeling really just like you're on your own here. Okay, I'm also like picking up off of Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, and how he was like he died and he went to this other world where he was just like in this like beach, but it was like this blank space, and there was a ship there, and there were these crab rocks there, and he just was like alone by himself, and then he saw like multiple versions of himself on the ship, and he was just like trying to figure out where the heck he was or what had happened to him. Obviously he had like died, right? And then he was like in sort of like afterworld but anyways, I'm really picking up on that. Like there are different versions of like how you are trying to handle what it is that you are going through at this time, Aries, okay? So I'm going to just read for you this Mindful Souls card. Okay, this is Rhodonite. Emotional healing and balance. Element Earth, chakra heart. Rhodonite, a captivating mineral with beautiful pink and black hues, gets its name from the Greek word rhodon, meaning rose. Above anything else, this magnesium silicate mineral symbolizes compassion and love. In fact, linked to the heart chakra, rhodonite plays a crucial role in healing emotional wounds and promoting unconditional love, enhancing mutual understanding in relationships. In other words, it contributes to emotional well-being and deeper connections between individuals. When to use it: during moments of emotional turmoil, meditation, self-reflection, or as a thoughtful gift. Where to put it: keep it on your bedside table or living space to promote emotional balance. Special care: avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight, which may cause the color to fade over time. I am healing one step at a time from the inside out. So I do feel like you did just go through a very like emotionally turmoil period in your life. Okay, and you're one of those people, Aries, that gives off a lot of love. Okay, at least that's what your intention is to give love. So you are somebody who does like exuberate this like emotionally love, balanced, intentional energy to let people know like you do care about them and you do love them and you haven't forgotten about them, even when you have gone through an emotionally turbulent time and period in your life. And it has a lot to do with love, actually, ironically, because you almost come across as like an expert in love and in relationships. But then who's loving you, right? Who's your expert, right? Who's like your guide or mentor or supporter when you're feeling low and you're feeling at your lowest. So that's what we're going to find out, okay? Drawing down the moon, knowledge, the moon, okay? So, wow, powerful energy here for sure, okay? It's like you are connected to your moon energy more than anything else, I find, in your love life. Okay, your moon energy and your love life are very intertwined. So if you're not feeling the love, then you're not able to give the love. You know what I'm saying? It works both ways, right? Okay. Uh, yeah, it's a funny card. Do not disturb. Regeneration in progress. Yeah, like you have your do not disturb sign, or like you have that up right on your social media or maybe you put your phone on do not disturb, when you're getting ready to go to bed, or maybe even on the weekends when you just need a break from everything. And maybe you're going to get, a pedicure or a little spa treatment. So putting in your headphones, like you've got the flower crown here, you're in your Zen area, right? You're like meditating, you're taking like a mental break, you're really breaking free from uh, your ability to like constantly be helping everybody with their problems. No offense, like we all have problems, so it's nothing to be embarrassed about. But like, if you're one of those people that always is helping everyone else with their problems, how can you help yourself, right? How do you have time to help yourself? So you kind of have to like go on a little bit of like a vacation or a mental break or a hiatus of some sort. Okay. Yeah, self knowledge. Dive into your depths where your truth resides. Again, very like strong feminine energy I'm picking up on. Okay, you have the infinity symbol, the snake eating itself, women power, vision quest. Wow. So you have a lot. Your roots are very connected toward divine feminine energy, and maybe even helping women with their love lives or their own personal growth and their self discovery and their journeys. So you're very in tune with your feminine energy, and again, that does incorporate into the moon. And this stems from your childhood. I find like a lot of you probably had like a mother who you might have seen go through a lot of problems in her life. Like she didn't have it easy, or she wasn't like happy, or she didn't feel fulfilled maybe in some way. And this kind of affected you as a child because she wasn't able to provide you with the emotional support that you needed to grow and learn and develop and be okay with like that more feminine side to you. Maybe you were in a very masculine dominated background, where women didn't have a voice or didn't feel they were in power or, in control of their own life. So you made it like your life's purpose to help other women incorporate that, divine feminine energy in their life, right? And, I get it, Aries. Growing up with this, female presence in your life that always felt like maybe insecure or didn't feel emotionally supported ended up sort of diving you deep into a sort of like almost like abyss maybe of emotional turmoil as a child. And you probably didn't know like you were maybe depressed, or maybe like you were battling with feeling abandoned, emotionally abandoned. Like I'm picking up on like emotional abandonment issues. Um, Not meaning that in a derogatory way at all. I'm 32 years old and I still have emotional abandonment issues. For sure. Okay, I probably always have them, to be honest, forever. But that doesn't mean like you aren't able to use that and channel that into women power, into empowerment, into regeneration progress. Because I feel like the snake is eating itself, right? What goes around comes around, right? And it's like you aren't projecting any negative intentions out in the world in your mind or in your perception. Um, but I do feel like you are, when you get scared or afraid, you turn to maybe those people that emotionally abandoned you, because you feel the most secure with people who, ironically, have hurt you, because you're afraid of like people who know you as this like very positive light and influence in your life are going to reject you if you show any type of vulnerability or weakness, because that's what you experienced in your life. Yeah, I don't know where to go with this. But that's what I'm picking up on. Okay, temperance. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing, temperance, right? Temperament, temperance, temper. You have to be able to give that emotional stability to yourself before you can give it to others. If you can't be there for yourself, you can't really fully be there for others. And you might seem like you're there, like you might physically show up to work and you might be clocking in or whatever, but like mentally and emotionally you might not be there. You might be battling with some other stuff going on in the background, so you're not able to give your full attention and energy into your work. Okay. But the Temperance card also serves as like a guardian angel, I think, in the tarot deck. And it appears when we are feeling our most vulnerable and our most scared. Okay, and that should not be seen as weakness. Okay, that should not be seen as you know, you know, you deserve to be a victim or feel powerless. In fact, it shows up to make you aware of what you're dealing with and how you need to call in support from people who might not fully understand like the scope of what you're going through, but they still want to let you know, like leave you little hints or messages like, I know something's up, but like, and I don't know exactly what it is, right? But I just want you to know you're not alone. Okay, and that's what this card does, is it shows up to let you know like you are not alone. Okay. And I think when you were a child, you might have, maybe you even grew up with like a sort of like Christian or Catholic or some kind of religion was incorporated into your family where like you knew what angels were. So you were able, maybe your mom even told you like, oh, your guardian angel's watching over you when you were scared or feeling sad. Something to do with that, I think, is also relevant here. Um, hmm. Knight of Wands, yeah. It's okay to face your fears. I want you to know that, okay, Aries, is like when it comes to love in your life, you show this side of yourself where you want to face the big red scary dragon breathing fire, right? You want to head into that sort of chaotic energy and be fearless, okay? And you're looking at that situation or that challenge. You've got your wand ready, you've got your familiar by your side here. You're, you got the wizard hat and the red cape on, so you know that you are ready and well prepared, okay, to face these challenges when it comes to your love life. Because I think helping other people a lot, it kind of makes you a little bit worrisome when it comes to like committed relationships, because you might be scared that you're not able to fully give all of the energy you need to in that relationship. Something I'm picking up on. Okay, anyways, moving on. Purification. Raise your vibrations by caring for your energy. Yeah. This is a time for you to care about your energy and draw in again on that, emotional um, like almost like sadness that you're feeling. I'm picking up on like sadness here. Okay, so we have fearless love, a courageous leap into the unknown. Yeah, this is, you are taking a leap into the unknown here, okay? You obviously want to find a partner. I think, Aries, you do want to meet your person, your soulmate. I think you do believe in these concepts, okay? You do want partnership in the romantic aspect. But I don't know if you've ever fully, like, opened yourself up to it because of your past. Okay, you do want to take that move forward, but I don't know. Yeah, look, the devil. Yeah, the devil's like offering the young man here like teenage boy here, okay, a bag of money, and the girl is like, don't take the money, oh my gosh, like there's a volcano looking like it's about to erupt back here. He's got ice cream, like who knows what's in that ice cream, right? Like if I saw the devil, this is like giving me like creeper energy, like creeper vibes. Like if there was some creeper coming at me while I'm sitting on the bench, with my like boyfriend, because I'm guessing these two are like, boyfriend, girlfriend, teenagers, right? And he was like, oh, you want some money in exchange? I'll give you this random ice cream that I bought for you. Like that's like so weird and bizarre, right? It's like I'm getting like creeper vibes. Like I feel like you want to just sit on a bench and undisturbed, with your person, enjoying a beautiful sunny day. You don't need this creeper coming in and being like, "Ooh, you want some money? Oh, I'll give you money if you eat this weird ice cream, like this random ice cream, like or like an offer, right? The devil's deal, a deal with the devil, right? So I feel like an offer might have already been made to you, and it's like it's going to set you off on a course or a path that will separate you from your person. And I feel like you don't want to take the deal, right? It seems too good to be true, right? It probably is not a good deal, right? It probably is a bad deal, but like the money looks good. The offer looks good, right? It's tempting, it's temptation. So that energy, I feel like, is something you are all too familiar with, Aries. Like, you know what happens when the emotions erupt, when the feelings of like, oh, I need to go after, money and a career, and that's gonna, I'm gonna dump my girlfriend. I don't know if you ever seen Legally Blonde, but her boyfriend doesn't want to marry her because she's too blonde, right? She meets too much of a stereotype of a non-serious girlfriend, but she's actually ironically ends up being smarter than that boyfriend, right? And he breaks up with her. He goes off to Harvard, which she could barely even get into. Then he gets engaged to this woman from a very like rich, serious political family, and then Elle Woods, she's the main character, placed by Reese Witherspoon. She ends up being like, "Wow, I was smarter than you," like to her ex, right? And she goes to Harvard to sort of win him over, but she finds out, like, anyways, you can look up the plot, but it's a great movie. But basically, it's like saying like even even though sometimes like people don't take us seriously, Aries, it doesn't mean we're not serious people. In fact, it can mean quite the opposite. So I don't know why that card is reminding me of that. Probably because I think in the past your partner maybe chose the money and chose the serious lifestyle instead of you, like, and they misjudged you, right? Because your hair was blonde, something stupid and superficial and dumb as that, right? um or maybe their family was like, oh, that she's poor, like don't choose Aries because she comes from a poor family, you need to marry into a rich family. Like I'm picking up on stuff like that, Aries. Yeah, and that left you really feeling very hurt and vulnerable. Six of Swords. Yeah, your spirit guides, they're calling you onto a journey here, a new adventure. They're calling you away from that situation. I feel like that was a huge heartbreak for you. I feel like somebody knew that you came from like a very like weird family or a poor family, or just like, they weren't like socially like acceptable or popular or something like that. And this person was like, I can't be with you because you're poor, like the Notebook, right? Like you have the Notebook is another famous story about um, a girl who comes from a very rich family, and her mother tells her she can't marry Noah because he's poor. I'm like, your spirit guides, your soul family, they want you to separate yourself from that person, that situation, and move on to bigger, better things. Okay. And they want you to just sort of go off on your own journey here and really find yourself and find the look, there's the moon again. Find your emotional support team. Find the people who believe in you and support you at this time. That like gust of wind is like it's like a spirit. It's like a spirit. I don't know how to else to say it. A new chapter, yeah. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that things may be coming together in new ways that suit the next phase of your life even better. Yeah. Okay. I feel like you've in the past you've gotten into relationships with people who aren't as emotionally grounded, emotionally fulfilled as you are, Aries. Okay, there's like a you have like a crystal clear vision or version of what you deserve in your life, what kind of love you deserve, what kind of relationship you want to have with another person, and how you want that relationship to develop and evolve over time. The thing is, you've constantly been pulled into relationships where you thought the relationship was going to evolve or be what you needed to be or be what you wanted it to be. And then you were let down. Okay. And you were told you weren't good enough, or you were told like you can't, if you show any type of emotional weakness, um, or vulnerability, like, then you're going to be like, they're going to break up with you, right? They're not going to want to be with you for that. Risk, partner to partner, unsafe decisions, not thinking, roll of the dice. Yeah, don't leave things up to chance. Okay. I I'm I think you have to like really focus in on like not taking risks when it comes to relationships, because um you don't really know, like, you don't really know like what this other person or these other people are going to do um if you emotionally invest in them in the way that like they're asking you to. I think you have to emotionally invest in yourself right now. I think you want to like help everybody and you want to like show them that you care about them, but you're also taking a risk when you do that, because you're you're letting them know like you're available, you're emotionally available, but I don't really think that you fully are. Um, and that's why you're being called away into a different journey here, into something that you can actually like grasp or hold on to, that's more sustainable. The spirit of love. Oh yeah, here we go. Don't search for true love, for it will find you if you just hold on to who you are. The world already loves your essence, so don't change it for anyone. Yeah, those words could not be more true. I mean, that's that spirit that I was talking about. It's like you have to hold on to who you are. And if you expect a certain kind of love in your life, then that will find you, okay? But don't I feel like once you stop searching is when it will show up, okay? And changing for other people is not going to serve you, okay? It's not going to. Pursue happiness. Never apologize for what brings you joy. Only you understand where you truly belong and where you can find your safe space. Follow your bliss. Yeah, again, another good card to get. Um, Pursuing your happiness, okay? I think sometimes what's happened is that you have helped other people pursue their happiness, and it's left you feeling empty inside, because while you are happy for them and you are proud of them, it's come at a great cost to you, and that's what's sort of drawn you into this sort of new energy now where you're finding yourself realizing like I was helping too many people find their happiness, but I wasn't really focusing on what makes me happy. And I think you lost a lot of energy and time from that. So, yeah, authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. Yeah, Aries. Okay, because there are a lot of like creepers out there. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of creepers out there. They will see your opening your heart and your mind and your soul and your spirit to helping others and to being generous and being kind and being loving, and they will think that they can use that and manipulate that. And those are creepers. Okay, and you don't want that in your life. Okay, and it's just it's hard to sort of like recover from it once you've had somebody do that to your heart. Okay, all right, so let's focus on some more positive news, okay? Because I think we've kind of already established here that in the past there have been, okay, having a glitching here, okay, there have been some major creepers, some major like abusive people that have emotionally abused you in regards to your love life, Aries. But let's focus on some more positive energies here, okay? Yeah, highest good. Embrace the journey with openness. Trusting is in the universe to lead you toward your greatest fulfillment. Wish granted. The outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it's what you need. Yeah, you left this situation behind for sure. You moved away from this. These creepy creepsters that were creeping on you, you left. You got out of there, which is really good. Now you have somebody here who misses you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Missing, thinking of you. So there is a person who is missing you a lot right now at this time, Aries. Um, okay, let's find out more about this person. Oh, this person brings a Three of Cups energy with them. Okay. Parties, indulgence, happiness. It's okay to indulge sometimes and party and have fun. Um, Bad friends, canceled plans on social. Yeah. You're coming away from that though. I feel like you lived in a place where these people were not really your friends. They were fake. They used you. They canceled plans on you. They didn't emotionally support you in the way you needed to. You know how there are people who are like social, but they're like antisocial. I don't know. Like there are people who like they're fake, right? Like they want to like invite you to like an extravagant party or a big social event. Um, but it's all for like show, right? It's all the show that like they're the like hottest person at the party, right? They're like the biggest fish in the in the pond, right? It's all for show. It's not real. It's fake. It's shallow. Okay? Because when you're like feeling depleted of your energy and you're feeling like you're having a bad day. So here's like a perfect example, okay? You know somebody and family member or maybe just friend, I don't know, but like somebody you know, right? I think it's more of like a family member. Yeah. I think a family member, okay, invites you to a big celebration that they're having. And you feel like so honored and you feel like you matter and they really want you there because it would mean a lot to them to show up and be supportive of them in their big event. And so you go and, they're showing off, their, big, huge achievement in life or whatnot, right? And you're there, you're supporting them. And then you decide, then, some weeks go by or whatever, some time goes by, and then you decide that you want to do something fun and you want to have a dinner and you want to invite them. And they don't go, right? They make something else more important or different, something else important to them. That's not a friend, okay? You might be related to this person, but they're not a good friend, okay? They're not even really a good family member, to be honest. That's not how you treat family, to be honest here. Okay? But that's like what they do anyway, right? And like that's leaving you really feeling very hurt, okay? Because you showed up for them, but they can't show up for you. Okay? So, um, there is somebody here that does want to show up to your big celebrations. Okay, they miss you. They miss showing up to your big events. They miss the happiness. Okay, they miss indulging on life with you and celebrating life with you and victories with you. And they want to have parties with you. And they want to invite you to their parties. And they want to go to your parties. This is someone who respects you. Okay, Three of Cups. Okay, yeah, Six of Wands. Okay. So you have a witch here, and she's giving a rose to this elderly woman, and she's got roses here and wands. It looks like for the kids, and the people are laughing and smiling. The baby's laughing and smiling. Everyone looking very happy. It's a wonderful time and occasion. Okay. This is someone who gives the same way you give. Okay. This could even be you when you're feeling your best, even if you're really in tune with your like feminine side and you're in tune with like your moon energies and things like that. Okay, but this person is also very in tune as well. Okay, like it's like your match. Okay, it's like your soulmate. It's the perfect person that you align with. Somebody who wants to give generously to others, that feels very connected also to like women and children and believes in like women empowerment and wants females and women and like all of that stuff. Okay. um yeah, so again, and she even has like a dragon on her red dress here. I find like some this dragon almost represents like your person, like the person, like the dragon can turn into the witch, right? Or like, like it has something to do with like your person is like a creative fire breathing like powerful feminine force. Okay, like a goddess, like a mother of dragons. Like she's somebody who is really like fully tapped into like her creativity and her passion and her drive in life, and almost like she uses her emotional vulnerability and her emotions to like fuel her to like be herself. And that's something that is like really scary to you, Aries. Okay. But take like what resonates as far as like that goes, because it could be you are somebody who is like finally stepping into that power yourself. Okay. And maybe you miss that side of yourself. So yeah, this energy is maybe is something about yourself that you have forgotten or are too scared to admit to yourself, or maybe this is actually your person that misses you and wants you to know they miss you. Okay, so take how it resonates. All right, so I've just got a few more cards left for you here. We have Ka Daga. Okay, Ka Daga. Okay, this sword here is a powerful and multifaceted symbol in Hinduism, representing not only martial prowess but also the sharpness of wisdom, the destruction of ignorance, and the triumph of righteousness. Okay, and so many people are like scared of like what it means to be a man with more feminine side or a woman with more masculine side or a woman embodying masculine energy, a man embodying feminine energy. And it's like you have to stay in your like gender identity that we choose for you, right? And now obviously I'm talking about like politics here, right? But it's like you can be a man that has really good intuition and feminine energy and like knows how to help women be empowered and feel empowered. And you can be a woman who knows how to empower other women to show a stronger, assertive approach to like standing up for ourselves. Or you could be a woman that helps, men tap into their more feminine side. Like, these, I feel like this is like really like your greatest gift when it comes to love, is knowing it's okay to show vulnerability. Okay, whatever that looks like to you. Okay, and to be accepted for who you are when you're showing that vulnerable side to yourself, whatever that looks like to you. Okay, and I feel like it's all about you, um, bringing awareness to the uh, ignorance in the world, and the people who are very small minded and narrow minded, speaking up against it and saying like, don't let people walk all over you, right? Don't let people tell you who you can be or what you need to be, and embrace who you are and love who you are. Okay. um yeah, because it's a very strong, powerful time right now in your life where you're like, I, you're like, I'm afraid to be myself, or I'm afraid to stand up for what I believe in because of the world I live in. Okay. But this is a symbol of sharpness and wisdom and destroying ignorance and the triumph of righteousness or evil, right? So you want to destroy evil, you want goodness in the world. Okay. The ability to differentiate truth from falsehood and the real from the unreal. It's a double-edged blade. It is seen as a metaphor for cutting through dualities and guiding the practitioner towards non-dual awareness. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that it's okay to um, be whoever it is that you are being called to be. It's okay to help empower women. It's okay to help show people that you can identify as like a man but still have a feminine side to you, or you can identify as a woman and still have a masculine side to you. Okay, or you can identify as both. Whatever you want to choose, it's your choice to make. And I feel like the more you step into being aware of that and knowing that it's okay, and feeling that love and feeling that support from people around you, the more you're going to start to see the love that you deserve and attract it, and it's going to come towards you, and you are going to find your person. And it's not because you're searching for them, it's just because you're showing up for yourself and being yourself, and then they're just going to be automatically, they're going to just show up one day, and you're going to be like, oh my god, wow, like a surprise, right? Okay, so moving on from that, okay, I have for you the dragonfly, the number 8. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Yeah, your spirit is calling you here, okay, and it's calling you to your greatest good, your higher purpose here. Um, the world already loves your essence, so don't change it for anyone. I just feel like I need to, say that again. And also, never apologize for what brings you joy. And being authentically you attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. Okay. So I just feel like that's important for you at this time. And also, I'm going to leave you off with this beautiful card here, the High Priestess. Okay, the intuitive goddess, embodying triple moon goddess energy. Again, the moon, hecate, all again aligned with your emotions and your feelings, and trusting your feelings, trusting your gut instincts, trusting your intuition. Okay. And knowing your truth and speaking your truth and being authentically you and embodying this energy and everything you do, because when the right person shows up in your life, they are going to see you like this. They're going to see you in this way. They're going to see you as the high priestess. They're going to see you as your beautiful, intuitive goddess self. And they know that you can embody these different energies of teacher, leader, guide, mentor, guru, all of these different titles, okay, um, can be seen when you are with the right person. Like they can see that inside of you. They know your full potential, and they want you to see it too. And they want you to believe in yourself and not doubt yourself and not feel like you can't show the world this really truly beautiful authentic side to yourself, because you can show up and you can show that side to yourself, and you don't need to feel ashamed about it, and you don't need to feel embarrassed about it, and you don't need to feel like that's viewed as weakness, or it's not. It's you being yourself, and the people who love you and your soulmate, your person, is going to see that as well, and they're not going to try to keep you from being yourself, and they're going to support you being yourself. And it's going to be a beautiful transition from going from feeling like that little kid that was scared to like talk about your feelings and talk about what you were going through because you didn't have a strong intuitive support energy in your life, but you are that for a lot of people. And the person coming into your life is going to be that for you, and you're going to be that for them. And it's not going to be imbalanced. It's going to be you guys together as a team, loving and supporting each other. So that's my message for you, Aries. Love and light always. Thank you so much for watching, viewers. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Bye.